Good morning. Last time we have already read about different journal entries. As many as 24 journal entries we have already passed. To explain the procedure in which the stock and debtor system will work. Now, let us work out a problem, an ideal problem on this, so that the whole thing will be very clear. Here is a problem. Record the following transactions concerning the Delhi branch for the year ended December 31st, 2015 in the head office books. So, we are doing all these things in the books of the head office. The head office uses the stock and debtor system for recording transactions with and at the branch. The branch remits all the cash collected to the head office and has instruction to sell the goods at the invoice price, that is cost plus 25%. So, the invoice price is given to be 25% higher than the cost price. So, if the cost price is 100, the loading will be 25. So, the invoice price will be 125. If we are given the invoice price, how to remove the loading? The loading will have to be removed by 25 upon 125 or 25 by 125, which is equal to 1 by 5. So, 1/5 of the invoice price, you have to remember that this 1/5 of the invoice price will have to be removed from the invoice price in order to know the cost price. That means, the stock reserve will be 1/5 of the opening stock, 1/5 of the closing stock, 1/5 of the goods sent to branch, everything will be there. So, now let us take up the problem. Opening and closing stocks and goods sent to the branch are all at invoice price. So, we have to remove the loading and opening stock reserve and closing stock reserve we have to calculate. Now, coming to the problem, stock at branch on 1st January 2015, that means the opening stock is 20,000. To balance brought down, branch stock account to balance brought down 20,000. Once you have written 20,000, 1/5 of that will have to be removed by passing one entry, that is opening stock reserve account debited to branch adjustment account. So, branch adjustment account will be debited to opening stock reserve, I am sorry, that 20,000 against that, here is 20,000. So, your branch adjustment account will be credited by opening stock reserve. Which is 1/5 of 20,000. So, that is equal to 4,000. Then the next item is debtors at branch on 1st January, that means opening balance of debtors is 9,000. So, branch debtors account debited to balance brought down 9,000. Then goods sent to the branch during the year 1,10,000. Goods sent to branch when will be debit here, that amount will be goods sent to branch account debited to branch stock account debited to goods sent to branch account. Branch stock account will increase to goods sent to branch $1,10,000. So, naturally, the entry will be goods sent to branch account will be credited by branch stock account. $1,10,000. Branch stock account debited to goods sent to branch, goods sent to branch account is credited by branch stock. This is the double entry. Then cash sales at the branch 30,000. When cash sales are made, what will be the entry? The entry will be cash account debited to branch stock account by cash, within bracket you can write cash sales 30,000. Debtors at the end 10,900 by balance carried down 10,900. This will be the closing balance. Cash remitted to the branch for expenses 8,000. That means we can write in the branch expenses account to cash 8,000. Branch expenses account debited to cash account 8,000. Then cash collected from debtors 57,000. When debtors are giving us cash, what will be the journal entry? Cash account debited to branch debtors, or branch debtors account is credited by cash. By cash 57,000. Then discount allowed to them 1,100. When discount is allowed to the branch debtors will be reduced and it will be recorded as by branch expenses discount 1,100. So, this will be branch debtors account credited by branch expenses, means branch expenses account debited to branch debtors. To branch debtors 1,100. Then stock at branch on 31st December 2015 38,000, that is the closing stock 38,000. Closing stock will be recorded here by balance carried down 38,000. Petty cash at branch at the end of the year 100. That means we can write here by petty cash, this is the balance left, by petty cash 100. So, after posting all these things from the question, now let us come to close the branch debtors account first, because we know only the cash sales, but the credit sales is not known to us. In order to know the credit sales, we have to close the branch debtors account. Branch debtors account was debited to balance brought down 9,000, credited by cash 57,000, by branch expenses discount 1,100, by balance carried down 10,900. The total comes to 69,000. If you put 69,000 here, the balancing figure is 60,000. What is that? That is the credit sales. So, branch debtors account debited to branch stock within bracket credit sales, and you can also write balancing figure, because this was not given to us, we have found out by balancing the account, which is coming to 60,000. So, that 60,000 rupees, the entry is branch debtors account debited to branch stock. So, branch stock account will be credited by branch debtors account 60,000. Now, the closing stock is 38,000. we have to remove the loading on closing stock by dividing by 5. What is the loading on 38,000? Because in all the cases we will be taking 1/5, I told you. So, if the opening stock reserve is appearing here, closing stock reserve will be appearing here. To closing stock reserve, 1/5 of 38,000. That will be 3,800 into 2, 7,600. So, in this way we have removed the loading on this closing stock of 38,000, that will be 7,600. Once you have done this one, we can now, branch debtors account is already closed, mind you. So, now let us close this account. If you imagine 20,000 rupees worth of goods were there, 1,10,000 has been supplied to them. So, 1,30,000 they should account for. Out of 1,30,000, how much is there? 60 plus 30, that is 90 plus 38, 1,28,000. Out of 1,30,000, if we are getting the calculations only for 1,28,000, that means 2,000 is missing. That 2,000 rupees if we keep here, then only it will be closed. And what is that 2,000? That 2,000 is nothing but abnormal loss, because we have received 20 plus 1,10,000, that is 1,30,000. We have sold 60 plus 30, 90. So, there should be 40,000, but closing stock is only 38,000. That means 2,000 rupees is the abnormal loss. What is the treatment for abnormal loss? Abnormal loss account will have to be, abnormal loss amount will have to be divided into abnormal loss is 2,000, that will have to be segregated into two parts. One is the cost and another will be the loading. The loading will be going to the adjustment account, branch adjustment account, and cost will go to the profit and loss account. Now, out of 2,000, if 1/5 will be the loading, it comes to 400, and remaining 1,600 will be the cost. So, the entry will be branch PL account debited 1,600 with the cost, branch adjustment account debited 400 with the loading, to branch stock account, or in other words branch stock account will be credited by abnormal loss branch PL account 1,600, branch adjustment account 400. In this way it is coming to 2,000. Now, if this is the entry, branch PL account will have to be debited and branch adjustment account will have to be debited. So, branch adjustment account debited to branch stock account about the loading portion, that is 400. Loading on abnormal loss, this is loading on abnormal loss. Similarly, the cost of the abnormal loss, that is 1,600, will be branch PL account debited to branch stock account. This is with the cost, that is 1,600. So, in this way we close the branch stock account. So, branch stock account is closed, branch debtors account is closed. Now, we will come to close the branch expenses account. So, whatever remaining amount is there, that is 9,100 minus 100, that is coming to 9,000, will be transferred to branch PL account, because this is the expense in the branch, by branch PL account 900, sorry 9,100 here it is. So, 9,000. What is the entry? branch PL account debited to branch expenses account 9,000. So, in this way we have closed the branch expenses account, branch stock account closed, branch debtors account closed, branch expenses account closed. Next one will be closing is the goods sent to branch was 1,10,000, but out of that there is loading of 1/5. So, 1/5 of loading is equal to 22,000, 22 5 is 110. So, to branch adjustment account, that is the loading 22,000, 1/5 of 1,10,000. This 22,000, the entry is goods sent to branch account debited to branch adjustment account, or branch adjustment account is created by goods sent to branch account, by goods sent to branch account, that is 22,000. Now, we can close the branch adjustment account and find out the gross profit. Now, this account remaining balance will be transferred to purchases account. If it is a trading concern, it will be transferred to the balancing figure will be going to the trading account, sorry, purchases account. If it is a manufacturing concern, it will go to the trading account instead of purchases account. Anyway, this is 1,10,000, 1,10,000 minus 22,000, which is coming to 88,000. This will go to the purchases account. Then we will come to branch adjustment account and close it. What is the gross profit? This side is bigger, that is 26,000, 26,000 minus this is 8,000, 7,600 plus 400, that is 8,000. 26 minus 8 is equal to 18,000. What does it mean? That means this is the gross profit. To gross profit carried down to branch PL account, or you can write to branch PL account within bracket gross profit. So, branch PL account is created by branch adjustment account within bracket gross profit 18,000. Then the balance which we will be getting will be the net profit, which will be transferred to general profit and loss account. So, we have taken in the branch PL account, the expenses are 900 we have taken, sorry 9,000. So, $1,600, that is a stock shortage and loading. Then the discount allowed we have not taken. The discount allowed, this one 1,100 was in the expenses account, 1,100. So, it is coming to this. This we have taken 1,100 here. Okay. If this is the case, then we can find out by totaling both the sides. Excuse me, 18,000 minus 10,600, that is giving you 7,400. This will be your net profit. To net profit transferred to general profit and loss account, or directly you can write to general profit and loss account within bracket net profit. So, this is the problem. First of all, we have closed the branch debtors account, you have to close the branch debtors account first. Then you can find out what is the credit sales, and by putting the credit sales, you can now compare both the sides of the branch stock account, and if there is any abnormal loss, that can be found out. Once you get the abnormal loss total amount 2000, that will have to be split into two parts, that is your loading portion and the cost portion. The cost portion will be transferred to profit and loss account, this 1600, which is going to the branch profit and loss account 1600. It is credited and it is debited. Similarly, the branch adjustment account, the loading on the abnormal loss 400, here it is. Then you can close, and whatever balance is there, leave it to the next year. It will be two balance brought down. In the next year beginning, it will be the opening stock, two balance brought down 38,000. So, in this way these two accounts are closed, branch debtors account and branch stock account. Now, coming to the branch expenses account, all the entries have been then petty cash 100 balance is there. If it would not have been there, 8,000 has been spent. Then branch debtors, that is discount allowed, is also another expense. So, total is 9,100. Out of this 100 is still there with us in the petty cash account. So, that has not been spent. What is the total expenses? 9,000. That is going to this place, branch PL account debited. Then we will come to the goods sent to branch account. After closing all these three accounts, we will come to the goods sent to branch account. There we have to remove the loading on 1,10,000, which is coming to 22,000. So, once this loading is there, that 22,000 rupees will appear here in the branch adjustment account. Then the remaining balance will be transferred to purchases account, that is the balancing figure. Then coming to the branch adjustment account, first of all, we have already got the opening stock reserve. We have found out the closing stock reserve, which is coming to 7,600. So, knowing these 1, 2, 3, 4, the balancing figure will be the gross profit. That gross profit is carried down to the branch PL account. Once you get this one and all the expenses, the net profit you can determine, which will go to the general profit and loss account. So, in this way we can solve the problems on stock and debtor system. Thank you.